Hi, this is Jay from Lo Shu Numerology.com, and today we're going to be doing a reading for Poppy. Poppy sent me her birth date, and I mixed up the digits for her privacy. And now we're going to distribute these digits down here into the Lo Shu Magic Square grid. The 7s always go in this location, 9's up here, 6's down here, 5's always in the middle, the 1's go down here, and we've got another 1 there. And then the 2's go up here. Now that we have all the digits in place, we're going to be looking for patterns. We're going to look for rows and columns and diagonals that have all numbers or no numbers. And I can already see the rows, that's not going to, we've got a mix of none and some. Columns, though, we've got 3 of them. So this one has no numbers. So this one gets a dashed arrow. This one has all numbers, so it gets a solid arrow. And this one has all numbers, solid arrow for this one also. Then we'll look at diagonal, but this is a mix of some and none, and the same for this diagonal. So that's it for the arrows for this one. Then we look for digits that have, or locations that have more than 1 digit in them. And the only one that we've got here are the 1s, so we'll circle that. And now I'm going to get the Lo Shu cards, and I'm going to get the cards that we need for this reading and be back in just a moment. All right, we're ready to go, and the first one is this arrow right there, and that is thought, and it's a minus thought, and that doesn't mean that, Poppy, that you don't do any thinking. What it means is that you tend to jump in with both feet. You tend to get going on something without giving it a lot of thought in advance, and sometimes that could be good, that could be fun, but you do have to watch out for that. The next one is the center arrow, and that is will or passion, and that is a positive, a plus there. So this one is fairly easy to interpret. I mean, you just read it. You've got great passion about things. When you start something new, whether it's a hobby or a job or a relationship, you jump in with both feet and go for it. You've got a passion for new things in life. And the jumping in with both feet thing, that is echoed here with the negative thought, the not thinking through things first. So you know, watch out for that because this says that you have a tendency to do that, and this says you're going to go for it no matter what. So the last arrow we have here is outlook, and it is a plus. And well, this often means that you have a generally positive outlook on life. It can also relate to confidence. So some people are really wishy-washy, but you tend to make decisions with confidence, Poppy. I think when you decide you're going to do it, now that's all she wrote, which echoes these other ones. This is a really interesting reading because this basically says you're going to go for it and you're going to have a good time doing it. And so the last one, we're going to be looking at the numbers, and that is 1, which is beginnings. Now, I think this can go in a couple ways with you. Starting a new project is probably something you enjoy, Poppy. In fact, starting anything new is something that really excites you. Or when something needs to get done, you're not afraid to jump in and get started, and other people really appreciate that about you. They notice this kind of thing. So either way, whichever way you go with this number 1, it means that you're not afraid to rely on yourself. You don't need someone to hold your hand when you're getting into something new. So looking at all of these, it's like I always like to try and look for what's the downside to something. Downside to having a lot of passion and a lot of will is that you could become hyper focused on whatever it is that you are getting into that's new and cool, and forget about some of the other important things in your life. So you might want to just watch out for that. I don't know if that affects you or not, but it's something to think about. And of course, this whole thing says that you are somebody who loves new challenges, and when they come along, you jump in and you go for it. And that could be really cool. But again, watch out to make sure that you put at least enough thought into something that you don't get into too much trouble. But this, Poppy, I don't know you personally, but this looks like you would be a fun person to hang out with.